the time, when I'm talking about amazing changes in the hand, I talk either about a line that wasn't there and that appeared, or maybe a short line that became longer, or sometime a break and then the break disappeared. But I rarely talk about the fact that the line can actually change its shape. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the lifeline and how a lifeline was able to go from relatively straight to a lot more curved. So the lifeline, as you can see on the illustration, is the one that is around the ball of the curve. And this lifeline, the rounder it is, the better it is. So if you have a nice round lifeline, things are going to be much easier in your life than if you have a straight lifeline, as you can see on the illustration. So today we're going to see how somebody was able to make her lifeline rounder. Now, it's not going to be very, very, very drastic, but as you can see on the before print, and I emphasize the parts that are relatively straight. You see at the beginning of the line, very straight, and then towards the end there is one part that goes down, and then you can see another part. So it's instead of having a nice round shape, it's actually more like a square shape. Now, what happens when you have a straight line instead of a round line? Well, a few years ago, people were always talking about type A personality as opposed to type B personality. Well, type A personality is the one that is always looking at his watch, and he wants to be on time, and he plans for things, and it actually is making his life difficult. This may affect his health. And a lot of the time, type A personality was related to heart problems, because a lot of these people are just work, schedule, and very difficult time to be harmonious. And this was the problem with this person. She was a teacher, she was working very hard, she was raising 5 children at the same time, she was always running. Her whole life had to be on a schedule, and at this time I have to do this, and this time I have to do that. She never took time to breathe. And fortunately, she was very healthy, so this never affected her health. But once she retired, and you're going to see the second print, which was taken after she retired. I have to admit she took an early retirement, which was a very good idea. And you can see once she retired, the two parts that changed the most is first the top of the line, and then you see at the bottom how instead of having this sort of a very square shape, it's actually being round. So what happened once she was retired, her life started to settle down, and she was able to start enjoying it instead of work all the time, always on the schedule, always having to be there for everybody. And she was able to enjoy herself. When you have a nice round line like that, you're able to smell the roses, you're able to eat properly, you're able to take time for yourself, you don't push yourself, and usually your health becomes a lot better. As I mentioned, this person never had any health problem, but now she's around 75 and she's doing extremely well. If she had kept working, she may not be doing as well. So if you feel that you have a very straight lifeline, think about the fact that maybe you're making life too difficult for yourself. Try to find ways that life could be a little bit easier. You can see the before and after pictures, and you can see how this person was able to change her life, probably go from type A personality to type B personality, which is a much more relaxed personality. And now I can tell you she's having a much better time than she ever did when she was working. And she is really a perfect example to show you an amazing change.